What's up, Patrol fam? So this is my 2015 Ford Transit Connect. And for this video, I'm gonna be transforming this entire van into a place that I can travel in, sleep in, film videos in, produce music if I really want to, whatever the case is. This entire video is probably gonna take about a month long in terms of all the preparation, building it, kind of planning everything out. There's gonna be a lot of little things going on in this entire video, but nonetheless, not only is this gonna be like a fun process to completely transform this van that you see behind me, but also once it's done, it's gonna look awesome. Let's do this. Just got a few items, so now it's time to start building the van out. Pretty awesome, actually. I was supposed to get these in like a week, and everyone raves about like Amazon Prime and everything, but I ordered these literally 2 days ago, and they just got here today. So, pretty awesome. I just got back from the gym too, so I was like, I did some parkour, got back, saw the packages. I'm like, it's time to basically put these in. So I got the pillow right here, which I'm gonna obviously put on top. This is the main mattress I'm gonna be using, and I'll show you how to set it up. It's super easy. And then this I actually just saw at the 99-cent store, and I figured that'd be a funny way to start like adding in some homey vibes, little like things here and there, just make it like a lot more original, a lot more unique. So this is the main mattress I'm gonna be using. Took it out of the packaging. Pretty intense packaging, by the way. So all this basically does is gonna fold in here, like so. And although it looks really, if you look at like that, the width of it's pretty small, but I'm telling you, this actually is incredibly comfortable, which is gonna make this easier. So this would be like my mini starting point for the bed. And then we have this right here. This is, what is it, the Dream Right pillow. So what's cool about this, as you can see, it's also compact. So put this here, and then kind of open this all up. This one I didn't open up yet. The mattress was pretty, I don't know how they compressed the mattress into that crazy thing. Let's do this. There we go. That looks like this. So this is gonna be super comfortable, as you can see. So I can basically squish it like this or whatever. I might even get like a second pillow, because also this one, as you can see, is like that Tempur-Pedic, super comfy. So I just cleaned up the van, as you can see, and I actually picked this up at a store. It was like $6, so I figured why not. So here's how it's looking right now. Obviously, I feel like for me, when it comes to building out this van, the first thing I want to start with was honestly like the amenities of if I had to do a big traveling expedition or big road trip, what would I need? And the main things are obviously the bed, which is all set up now, blanket. This is optional, but it helps, especially with the sign too, and obviously the pillow. Now, there's a couple things I've installed in here that are crucial for traveling and sleeping and just kind of like hanging out in the van. First one, as you can see, is the sunshade, which is also good for keeping the car, pretty cool. But a big thing is that if you notice, and I've showed you this before, might as well go around, the entire car is paneled up. That way, if I have like a bunch of equipment in there, if I have a bunch of stuff, I don't have to worry about people seeing in, especially if I'm sleeping. But the issue is you still have the front window. So by having the sunshade here, you can see that you really can't see in at all. The next thing I have is this right here. This is really good for posture, as you can see on the seat, because when you're driving, especially if you're driving long distances, it really, really does do a huge toll on your back and everything, especially over time. So this does help improve your posture. The next thing I have, I'm gonna go to this one first. So this is the iXCC 5-port charger. This hooks up to the 12-volt right here. That way, if I wanna charge friends' phones, my phone, other kind of stuff, I basically, plug the 12 volts in like so, right? And now this will charge 5 things at once. In addition, you may have seen this small thing. This is the MPOW Bluetooth receiver. So this is incredibly cool. This is like 15 or 20 bucks on Amazon. What this can do is when I turn it on, it turns my entire car into basically an entire Bluetooth receiver. So what happens is anybody who's in my car, or van, I guess maybe a better word, can connect to the MPOW and immediately outputs out the sound system. Because the issue with a lot of cars now, it's like a safety feature, is that if you want to play on the Bluetooth speaker out of the car, you can't be moving. But let's say if I'm driving, and let's say someone in the back's like, hey Mark, I want to play a song, can I play it off my phone? To connect it to the car, it's just a huge hassle. We've all been there when you're trying to connect Bluetooth stuff to cars. It gets super annoying. But with the MPOW, what happens is it connects to the MPOW, and the MPOW then gets connected via the aux cord. So the aux cord goes all the way back here. If I can move this. So the aux cord gets connected there. So that means when I play it, or basically when I go to output out the Bluetooth speaker, I'm actually just playing the aux, setting on the speaker system. And last but not least, I have my phone mount. I feel like this is something that's like super crucial for all cars now. It makes it way safer, way easier, and way more convenient to have your phone right there, especially because most people use their GPS on their phone. You know, I use Google Maps pretty much for everything anytime I'm traveling. So next, I'm finally gonna hang this up. Anytime I've been traveling recently or just driving to the store, this has been bouncing around back here. So I'm like, you know what? Might as well hang it up. One of the best ways to do this is using foam mounting squares. So you can easily get these. There's a bunch of companies, like 3M is probably one of the most notorious for this. And what they're good for is essentially just put a bunch of them on the back of something and it'll be like mini stickies, as you can see. All right. Now they're all done. That took a lot longer than I like to admit, you know, because obviously the back of them can be kind of sticky, but now I'm just gonna put it right here, kind of cover this thing. It's gonna be a perfect spot. So maybe just do like that. Push it like so. All right, there we go. First piece of artwork now is officially put up. So before I install anything more in terms of like shelves and other more intricate equipment, I want to put up some lights. So I got these on Amazon. It was like 15 bucks. And what's good about these, if you notice, is they're super, super thin. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wire this in. These actually connect via USB. So I'm gonna use like the 5-port charger that I showed you before. And I'm actually gonna run these around the perimeter of the upside of the van right here. So that way they'll be like super high up. Be right around the perimeter, so that way, like, you know, I can have some cool little lit up, you know, vibes and ambiances and whatnot. This also comes with a clicker, so that way I can make it like red, blue, yellow. There's different like settings, which is gonna be pretty cool. In addition, one big thing I'm gonna suggest, if you're ever gonna do something like this, whether it's with lights or something else, where you're going around the perimeter of the car, make sure you open up the doors. If you notice, I have both side doors open because the last thing I want to do is by accident, like, you know, attach them to part of the door, and now you can't open the door. When you do, it breaks it, right? So that way, by having the doors open, I can see exactly where I can put the lights and set everything up. All right, so I just turned these on just to make sure they work, because the last thing you want to do is wire everything in, and you go to turn them on, and you're like, wait a minute, it doesn't even turn on. So as you can see, we have red, you know, different colors I can do. I'll probably have to mess around this. You know, there's some blue. I think I have to do it over here. Yeah, so this thing has to be right by the receiver. Pretty cool though, actually. So, all right, let's continue with the rest of the process. All right, finally done untangling. Let's put this thing up. All right, all set now. So as you can see, turn this on. Looks kind of like that. But let's close the doors up so that we can actually see it in full effect when it's a little bit dark. And that's how it looks, which I kind of like. Now there's different settings on this. I'm just gonna do like red. So I have to do it here. There we go. And I kind of like that it's very subtle, because I feel like if it was too bright, it wouldn't have, you know, I don't know. I think it'd almost be too much, but that's perfect, you know. And I'll show you the other colors. You know, like I said, we got red. Let me get closer. I think I have to be pretty close to the receiver. Oh, there we go. Blue. Or it's gonna be green. Now blue. And then there's different like multicolors. So we got yellow. So almost like, you know, in between colors. You know, pink as well. Purple, like a darker one. There we go. And then there's also speed. So we have and white. Obviously, of course, you need some white. It almost looks like it's like flashing almost. And we have some time, so it can like do a little off and on, right? Let me make that red. And then you have speed. See, does speed do anything? It doesn't really seem like it. We try like a jump. Oh, that's cool. Oh, there we go. Woo! Now it's time to put in some shelves. So what you may notice, especially about my setup as I do more and more things, is that my goal is to make my car not only as minimal as possible. I mean, that's the whole point of van life and van living and all that kind of stuff. But is also make it in such a way that's sturdy and durable, yet if I need to ever break this down, I could do so within an hour, or even like a half an hour. One of the best ways to do this is using zip ties. Zip ties are super underrated in my opinion, because they're very easy to put in, pretty strong in terms of containing things, and then in addition also, they're really good in terms of like cutting them off, right? All I need is scissors and that's it. I'm just gonna open this up. So I got a package. You can get these super cheap, package zip ties. And if you notice now I have these plastic bins that do that. So all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put them over here. So I'm gonna layer them kind of like so, right? And I might even stack some because I can build up. That's one of the best parts about this car is that it has a decent amount of height. So I might kind of take these apart, build them vertically. Before I do that though, the big thing I gotta do is find good base. So if you notice, the best part about the Ford Transit Connect is that there's all these little holes that I can kind of put stuff through. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run a bunch of zip ties through here. Essentially what that's gonna do is kind of create my base hook, so that way that's almost like the mini foundation. All right, so it looks good, pretty sturdy for right now. I'm gonna have to tighten some of these up a little bit. Next what I'm gonna do is put the second section. So I'm gonna have two basically rows of these drawers here. So I'm gonna connect them here now with the zip ties. That way kind of everything's kind of interconnected, and that will make things a lot stronger when they're kind of combined together and then obviously zip tied into here. All right. Pretty sturdy now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut off all basically the ends of the zip ties just to make it look a little more visually appealing. Next, I'm gonna go out a little bit later and grab some really long zip ties. That way what I can do is I can kind of zip tie these kind of parts. I need maybe a bit of a lengthier zip tie to kind of straighten out a little bit. All right, so now it's time to put some unique stuff in. So this is a green screen. In case you didn't know, when filming, it's basically when I can put basic green screen up here. That way when I'm recording videos, I can make it look like I'm anywhere. I can make it look like I'm in Paris or in another part of LA if I want to be, or I don't know, anywhere in the world, anywhere, or even some weird remote like Narnia if I really want to. This is a tension rod, or an adjustable tension rod, so I can, by screwing it, I can actually adjust the length of it, which would be very imperative. So I'm gonna put these on first. These are gonna be, I have 4 clips, looks like this. I'm gonna put this here. All right, next thing I'm gonna do, position this here. Should be good. So now I have these, right? Now, this is the green screen. All right, had to go out and get these things, actually, so you can see here. So the good thing is now, like say I want to close it and have my car be completely enclosed in, obviously with the green screen as well, what I can do is have these kind of hooks here. So that way it looks like this. And also for a green screen, you typically want it to have some type of slack on the bottom, right? So when I'm filming, but as you can see, as I back up all the way, you can clearly see that there's no way you can see in from, you know, the side, like whether it's the driver's side window or the passenger window. So completely enclosed and perfect for filming. So the next item that I got, which is kind of random, but I figured why not, is it's actually an air purifier. So this goes right in the 12 volt like this. Plug it in, and boom. As you can hear, it's pretty quiet. And it also has 2 USB ports. So this also came with this adapter, which is pretty cool actually. So it's a USB that splits into 3 different ports. So except if you want to charge like an iPhone and Android at the same time, you can easily do so. All right, so now I want to show you a couple quick access items that are super necessary for van life. First off, trash bags. Your van's gonna get super dirty and there's gonna be a bunch of clutter. Trust me, this gets messy very fast. So trash bags are key. Next, paper towels. I don't know what it is, but especially obviously you can have like liquids and food and stuff like that in here. Paper towels can help out. So kind of take all these out. Next are these foam squares. I've used these a lot for a lot of mounting stuff. So I have some in here that are like just spare ones. Next, I have earplugs. Obviously, you can be traveling and obviously sleeping in here. Things can get noisy. Next, I have a lint roller. This is actually a great way to kind of clean up some stuff around here. Because if you think about it, when it comes to cleaning the van, typically you might use like a vacuum cleaner or like a portable cleaner. So this can kind of be like a non-electric way to kind of clean up a decent amount of stuff. And then lastly, I have Bluetooth headphones. These are just great, obviously, for like listening to music. I have longer zip ties in here as well, because I want to build some more stuff. And then last but not least, I have these basically plastic hooks with a suction cup, so that way I can plant them around here and hang stuff up. So especially, like say, like if I'm traveling and I just took a shower, I can hang my towel up as opposed to it being like on the ground, just getting wet. Now you may be thinking like, wait a minute, with the green screen and me filming videos in here, and also with me producing electronic music, how can I do that with my laptop? So this is, I like to call it basically a breakfast in bed table. There's a bunch of these online that you can get. These are super helpful. What you do is obviously you pick one up and they look like this. So it almost looks like a giant book, I guess. And I could put this easy over here on the side behind the shelves or just somewhere around here. And when I open it up, show you like this, allows me to do this, right? Now I have that. So that way now, and also this like locks into place. So that way, when I'm here, you know, obviously there's a bunch of different ways I can set this up. But like say if I'm filming, I can be like here, have my laptop here, have the camera here, and be filming that way. That way I can have the green screen. And the great part about it is, as you saw, it's super easy to just, you know, do this, fold up, lock up, and that's it. One thing about van life that you definitely don't want to overlook is water, especially, you know, when you're bouncing around traveling. For me, I naturally work out a lot as well, so I drink tons of water. You don't have to be going to the store every second to buy like another gallon jug, and you can have tons of plastic bottles like all over the place. So I picked this up. This is actually a water storage cube, and it's a collapsible water container actually. So it fills up super nicely like that, also when there's no water in it. And then with some quick editing magic, it snaps to this. And I know this looks kind of like a weird shape right now. That's obviously because it's not full. But this can actually hold 5.3 gallons of water, which is great. And it has one of these spouts right here. So that way, you know, what I can do is once it's completely full, I can even zip tie it in here, or basically attach it. That way if I need water, I have the spout right here, and that way I'm completely filled up. So one of the biggest parts of van life, if you think about it, is food, right? I mean, you have to eat. And obviously, I do have the jug, you know, in here. Obviously, it's collapsible, so I can be properly hydrated, but I still need nutrition. So here I have Huel. I actually did an experiment where I lived off Huel for a month. I have a link listed below in the description if you want to check it out. And the good thing about Huel is all you need to do is combine it with water, shake it up, and that's one meal right there. Huel has everything your body needs. You know, it's incredibly good for you. So obviously in here, you know, with my very minimalistic setup, I don't have a stove or a microwave or something like that. And obviously, yeah, maybe I could eat out for every meal, but that's going to cost more money. And if anything, it would negate the whole point of, you know, having a van that allows me to be a little more cost efficient. So now it's time to show you both my music production setup and my filming setup, as you can see behind me. So first off, starting here, I have two different tripods. As you can see, this one is more of a standard one that you can kind of hold up. And then this one is a cool one that the legs actually bend. So if I do this, right, I can twist the legs. That way if I want to position it anywhere in my van, or if like say I'm traveling and I need like a mini tripod, this one's perfect. Now, going to here first, you can see this is the table I already showed you, and also my laptop there. Now when it comes to, I guess, the fun part, start with these. So these are the Retro Power USB controllers. So that way I have the NES one and the N64 one. So that way any type of Game Boy game, N64 game, whatever game I want to play, basically, because I do a lot of gaming videos, these are perfect. Or let's say if I just want to relax and play some Mario Kart or whatever, got the controllers here. Next then, we got obviously Rubik's Cube. Obviously this is purely optional, and a deck of cards, again, purely optional as well, but I think it adds a good value of entertainment for the van, especially with the cards. Like say, again, if I'm playing some games with friends, especially on this table, it's perfect. Now, on to the music production side. I guess we'll go there now. This is the Focusrite Solo Compact. What it does, essentially, it's called an interface. And what an interface does is it basically allows you to connect a bunch of different things into it. So as you can see here, if I want to connect like a guitar, a microphone, or whatever. And it also allows the sound to be transferred from my computer directly into my headphones with crystal clear quality. So I have the Audio-Technica ATH M50X headphones. So for producing EDM on the go, this setup with the Focusrite and the Audio-Technica headphones is the perfect setup. Then moving on, obviously, to the last part, which is the filming. Obviously, I already have the green screen set up here. I have, this is the Blue Yeti, and obviously just like a normal pop filter. And then what that allows me to do is basically wire everything in. Obviously, this typically wouldn't be here if I'm filming, you know, but this obviously is like the perfect microphone setup. So when I am filming, I'll have like the camera go here, you know, on one of my tripods, and I'll film this way, and then I'll just crop these sections out. So not only can I, you know, film videos and be able to film whatever I want, but I can also make music wherever I am. So I figured to take a break with all this stuff that I'm doing, and I wanted to kind of film the side segment of why the Ford Transit. You know, a lot of my friends have asked me, like, hey Mark, why not like a soccer mom van, or for whatever, for this van life, van conversion thing that you're doing? Why specifically the Ford Transit? Or why not like the Ram ProMaster or the Nissan NV200s or all the other cargo vans on the market? And I have to say, I have no affiliation with Ford. That'd be pretty awesome if I did. Or obviously the Ford Transit line. But the main thing I love about the Ford Transit is that, one, it's super, super reliable. The second thing, and a lot of people have asked me this, is, well, Mark, what about gas? Obviously, it is a van. You know, as you've seen throughout the video, what about gas? What the good thing about the cargo van line, especially and specifically the Ford Transit, is it kind of compensates horsepower for gas mileage. So I'm not joking. If I hypermile in the van, if I drive smart, essentially, I can easily get 30 plus miles to the gallon on the highway. In the city, I've been actually obviously driving around as I've been doing this whole video, and I'd say I average about 25 in the city, which is really not bad. If you think 25 in the city, 30 plus on the highway, I bet I could probably get around 34 or 35 on the highway. So that's really, really good for a van, you know what I mean? Because that's the best part about the cargo van line and the Ford Transit. Not only are they super reliable, you know, I've obviously gotten a ton of opinions on it, and so I know that the Transit Connect was a very reliable van, but in addition, it's great on gas. And that's a big thing, because obviously, if, let's say you're living in, I'm just making it up, like a giant Winnebago, that's pretty awesome, right? You've all seen those crazy videos with these giant, you know, RVs with everything built into them, but they might get like 9 miles to the gallon, and you might spend more in gas than you would expect if you're doing a big cross-country road trip. And that's one of the best parts about the Transit, is that I don't have to worry about spending way too much in gas and might even offset potential rent or whatever. You know, I know that traveling in this van and just driving around, especially when I'm doing a giant road trip, is perfect on gas and super reliable. Here it is. The final project completed. Like I said in the beginning of this video, obviously this was meant to be the most like minimalistic van conversion setup, where essentially I have, as you've seen throughout this video, everything from a music production, a mini music production studio, an entire filming setup, especially with the green screen, an air purifier, entire Bluetooth enabler. I have these cool lights that change colors, and basically everything that I need. And that way, when I'm traveling and bouncing around, obviously, I can easily switch this up. Like, say, if I have a ton of equipment that I need to break this all down, it would take me, you know, maybe 20 minutes just to do so, which is a lot easier than having everything built in. But thanks for watching, everybody. And in addition, get ready, because there's going to be a lot of van life videos that I plan. You know, there's a big tour that I plan as well, both for DJing and YouTube as well. So a lot of stuff on the way.